Hey, welcome back to the channel. Just cleaning up the garage right now because my wife and I did something and got to clean the garage. Anyways, again, because what we have done, thought it was a good time to go over everything I like and dislike about the Harley Davidson Sport Glide. Anyways, let's get into it. So this is a 2018 Harley Davidson Sport Glide. It has about 40,000 kilometers on it. 16,000, approximately 16,000 is what the previous owner put on. The rest is that I've put on. They don't make them, or they don't sell them in North America anymore. They do actually still have them in overseas, Europe and Australia. I think it was 2021 was the last year that they had the Sport Glide in North America. It might have been 2022. I think it's 2021. But basically it's the exact same bike, just different colorways, and I believe it was 2020 when they did color matching for the saddlebags. This one here came with just regular black ones. You can still get them with black, but you can get a bike with the color matched saddlebags. And before I go over all of my likes and dislikes of the bike, you have to remember that this is the first bike I've ever owned. And not only is it the first bike I've ever owned, it's actually the first motorcycle that I ever rode. A little mix-up due to, you know, some issues where my bike was dropped off and it was supposed to be a couple of days after I did my course. However, whatever, you know, 10 people alone in a big huge parking lot was too dangerous at the time, so it got canceled. So I ended up learning how to ride a motorcycle on the Softail, but that's a story for another time. So take anything I say with a grain of salt, because like I said, it's the first bike I've ever owned, first bike I ever rode. I have ridden a few different Harley Davidsons, Pan America, the new Sportster, the new Street Glide, an Indian, and of course the Scram 411. So again, take whatever I say with a grain of salt as a new rider and someone that's pretty much only ridden Harley Davidsons. So the first thing I like about it is actually a little subjective, and that is the looks. I think this bike is a really sharp looking bike. I am a big fan of the Batwing fairing, obviously, and it doesn't give a ton of protection, wind protection, but for a new rider it is a lot more than not having it on. It is just a nice looking bike, not just the Batwing fairing. The saddlebags are nice looking. The bike also comes with these rims. I believe they're called Mantis rims. These rims are, like really pop on the bike, and it is they are different rims than any other Harley that is out there. Just think it's a real nice added touch to the look of the bike. Now the stuff I'm talking about will be based on a stock bike, because they don't come with the highway pegs or the crash bar, the engine guard on it, as well as exhaust. Everyone changes the exhaust, so I'm not going to talk about the exhaust because I like my exhaust, but that's not stock. So anything I talk about is based on the stock bike. The next thing I love about this bike is actually the versatility of it. You basically get two bikes in one. You have a little, you know, weekend tour bike with the saddlebags and the Batwing fairing on it. But with, let's see if I know I can do it with just one hand, but you know, just a few seconds. Take the fairing off. I actually don't use the fairing very often, only when it's a little cold or windy out. Other than that, we ride it like this. Saddlebags come off just as easy. They go on a little bit harder, not much. It's just you need two hands. You can't do it with one. You can take it off with one, but well, here, let me show you. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I can do it with one hand. Just a quick out there, wheel it back, and there. just like that. Saddlebag comes off, and again, it's just a totally different look of a bike. This is just old school bike. I only have the backrest on for when my wife is with me. Other than that, that comes off too. But it's 2 bikes in one. I guess you could do 4, because you could put, you know, just the everything off, put just the fairing on, just put the bags on. So you have a few different looks. Backrest doesn't come with the bike. We added that on, so that's an accessory, so we don't count that. But yeah, the versatility of it. To be honest with you, I always thought I would ride with it without the saddlebags on, but those are so handy to have, even for short runs. Just picking up something, throwing it in there. I usually ride around with a thing of oil just in case. I've never had to use it. I just, you know, the old disclaimer with Harleys always leak oil. I've never had that issue with this bike. It's always been perfect anytime I've looked at it, knock on wood. But just to be safe, you know, I throw even gum in there, or a drink or whatever, even on short trips. And yeah, the saddlebags, I never thought I'd like them, but they work out good. So the third thing that I really like about this bike that I'll talk about is actually the features on it. Obviously, I just talked about the fairing as well as the saddlebags, but a couple other features that I love that come with the bike is this USB charging. This is very key. I never thought I would want this either, but if you're like me and you've ever used one of those motorcycle apps, I've used a couple of them, and it just drains my phone battery while I'm out riding. So having that charging port there has been a lifesaver for me a couple of times. I mean, if you're just using Waze or Google Maps, that's fine, but yeah, some of those motorcycle apps, they just drain your battery bad. The other feature this bike actually comes with is the cruise control, which I have to be honest, I never thought I really needed it, but it does come in real handy, not only when you're actually, you know, out on a highway and you're just you set it and forget it. I use it a lot when I go through school zones when it's only 40 kilometers an hour. I just put it on, that way there's no chance I'm going to get stopped because I'm doing the speed limit. Kind of sucks if you want to rev it or anything, but now things that I do not like about the bike. And now, to be honest with you, this is more like nitpicky things, and it's nothing that is a make or break, and it's not really, they're not even things I really dislike. It just would have been like a nice to have kind of thing. The first one, I know I've talked about it, is actually the saddlebags. Saddlebags, like I said, they're very handy. I do like that this bike has them. I love that they're able to come off very easily. It is nice to have. However, my one issue is the design, the clamshell. We haven't run into it a lot. However, if you're putting quite a bit of things in there, like, it's hard getting it into this little opening. Like, that's not ideal, and we've even had it where you're able to put a bunch of stuff in there and then you can't close it, whether it's the struts in the way or, you know, that's just a bigger area than what that is. So I think there could have been a better design. So that's a nitpicky thing that I'm not a big fan of. I know some people complain about, I won't show you because I don't have anything to block out my license plate number, but and I don't know how to do that on the thing. But some people complain about the different sizes. The exhaust side is a little shallower. It's not as deep as the other side. So people don't like the look when you're looking at it at the back. I've seen it even on the new Lowrider ST. The Lowrider ST has the exact same bags because it took it from this one. So the bags are different sizes. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not at the back looking at it anyway, so I guess maybe if I was following my bike, it would bother me, but that doesn't bother me. And the other thing that I wish it would have come with, and again, as a new rider, someone who shouldn't have gone with this big of a bike to begin with, it's not really a big deal. It's more of a why Harley. It's that this comes with the 107 and not the 114. It's billed as the Sport Glide, and you'd think the Sport Glide would have the bigger motor if that's in the name, Sport Glide. Like you would think, yeah, bigger motor. Even the new ones in Australia and Europe, they still come with the 107 motor. It's one of the standard. Actually, I think that might be it for the bikes that actually come with the 107. But yeah, just because it's called the Sport Glide, I thought it would have come with the 114. However, for me, this is plenty of power. Never had an issue with it. Did the tune and the air cleaner and the exhaust, and this bike rips. I love it. It's more than enough power than I need. I don't need a 114, 117 or bigger. It's more of a nitpicky thing. You know, it's the Sport Glide. You think they would come with a bigger motor, but anyways. But yeah, that's it. After owning it over 3 years, those are my dislikes and likes of the Sport Glide. Overall, fantastic bike. I love this bike. But what do you guys think? Anyways, till next time. Later.